I never planned to stay in the village overnight. I was only there to sell my late uncle's house. A simple task, or so I thought. One visit, a few photos, then back to the city. The villagers warned me not to stay after sunset, but grief makes you careless, and exhaustion makes you foolish. The house stood at the edge of the village, isolated and silent. Its walls were cracked, its windows dusty, but it didn't look dangerous, just old. Inside, the air smelled stale, like it hadn't been disturbed in years. I dropped my bag and checked my phone. No signal. That didn't worry me much. The first strange thing happened at night. As I lay on the bed, half asleep, I heard my name, soft, almost loving. Arjun. I sat up. No one was there. I told myself it was memory playing tricks. Grief, fatigue. Then the voice came again. Arjun, you're home. My heart began to race. I didn't answer. The walls creaked softly, like the house was adjusting itself around me. I turned on the light. Silence returned. That night, I dreamed of my uncle standing in the hallway, smiling without blinking. When I woke up, the light was off. I knew I hadn't turned it off. The next morning, I asked the villagers about the house. They avoided my eyes. One old woman finally whispered, "The house remembers." Remembers what? I asked. Names, she said. Voices, breaths. That evening, the house spoke again. Not just my name, it repeated things I had said years ago. Words I had spoken only once inside these walls when my uncle was alive. I realized then the house wasn't haunted by ghosts. It was alive, and it was learning me. That night, the doors locked themselves. The windows refused to open. The walls whispered my thoughts before I could think them. By morning, I understood the truth. My uncle never died in that house. He became part of it, and now it wanted me to stay too. The elevator that never stopped. I worked night shifts in a corporate building with 40 floors. At night, the building felt hollow. Empty offices, long corridors, and the elevator always waiting. The security rule was simple. Never use the elevator after midnight. I laughed at that rule until the night I broke it. At 12:07 a.m., exhausted and alone, I stepped into the elevator. The doors closed softly. No floor buttons, just one. It lit up by itself. The elevator began moving down, slowly, too slowly. The digital display showed numbers I didn't recognize. Negative floors. Floors that didn't exist. The lights flickered. The elevator stopped. The doors opened. Outside was a hallway identical to my office floor, but darker, longer, endless. I didn't step out. The doors closed again. A voice spoke through the speaker. You weren't supposed to be awake. The elevator moved again. Each stop showed another version of the building broken, burned, flooded, abandoned. I saw people standing in the hallways. They looked like employees. They looked like me. At the final stop, the doors opened fully. The voice said, "This is where you get off." I ran when the doors opened behind me. The next morning, security footage showed me entering the elevator, but I was never seen leaving it. The elevator is still running, and sometimes it stops on your floor. I read the comments before sleeping. I run a faceless horror channel. Every night I read comments before sleeping. Feedback, reactions, hate. One night I noticed a comment I didn't remember approving. You missed one detail. I replied jokingly, "What detail?" The response came instantly. The man standing behind you at 2:14. I checked my video. At 2 minutes and 14 seconds, a shadow appeared behind the door. I hadn't noticed it before. The comment count increased rapidly, all from different accounts, all saying the same thing. He's closer now. That night, my phone camera turned on by itself. The screen showed my room, dark. Then a notification appeared. Live chat enabled. Messages flooded in. They can see you now. Don't turn around. Too late. I felt breathing on my neck. The last comment posted on my channel was from my account. Thank you for watching. My channel is still active. New videos upload every night. I'm not the one uploading them. The room that watched back. I rented the room because it was cheap. No questions asked. No long agreement. Cash only. In a city where rent eats half your salary, that kind of deal feels like luck. I didn't ask why the landlord avoided eye contact or why he insisted I never repaint the walls. Just don't change the room, he said. Everything else is fine. At the time, I laughed. I wish I hadn't. The room was small. One window, one bed, one cupboard, one mirror fixed to the wall, impossible to remove. The paint was an uneven shade of off-white, cracked in places like dried skin. Still, it felt quiet, too quiet. The first few nights were normal. I slept well. No dreams, no sounds. I began to think the landlord was just eccentric. Then, on the 6th night, I noticed something strange. The room felt different when I wasn't looking at it. I know how that sounds, but when I turned off the lights and lay in bed, I had the overwhelming feeling that the room was awake, not haunted, aware. The first sign was the mirror. When I stood in front of it, my reflection felt delayed. Not by much, a fraction of a second. Just enough to notice. I smiled. My reflection smiled back, but slower. I told myself it was tired eyes, stress, imagination. That night, I woke up at exactly 2:43 a.m. The room was dark, and I felt watched. Not from the door, not from the window, from the walls. I lay perfectly still, listening. My breathing sounded too loud. My heartbeat echoed. Then I heard it, a soft sound, like skin brushing against skin. From behind the wall, I turned on my phone flashlight and scanned the room. Nothing. But when I turned the light off again, the feeling returned. Stronger, closer. The next morning, I noticed fingerprints on the wall. Not dirty ones, not wet, indented, as if someone had pressed their fingers from the inside. I touched them. The wall felt warm. I pulled my hand back instantly. Walls shouldn't be warm. That night, I didn't sleep. I sat on the bed, lights on, watching the room. At 2:43 a.m., the light flickered. Once, twice. Then the room sighed. I swear it did. A deep, satisfied exhale. The mirror fogged slightly, and words appeared on it. Not written, pressed. Look. I stood frozen. Look at what? I whispered. The wall across from me bulged. Just a little, like something leaning against it from the other side. I grabbed my bag and ran out of the room. I stayed at a friend's place that night. The next day, I confronted the landlord. He listened quietly, didn't interrupt, didn't look surprised. When I finished, he nodded slowly. It doesn't like being ignored, he said. What doesn't? I asked. The room. I laughed. That's not funny. He leaned closer. Did you sleep at 2:43? My stomach dropped. That's when it watches, he said. I asked him why he rented it out. He sighed. It gets lonely. I went back, not because I wanted to, because something of mine was still there. When I opened the door, the room felt pleased. The air was warmer, thicker. The mirror was clean, too clean. I packed quickly. As I reached for my bag, I heard my voice from behind me. "Don't leave." I turned. No one was there. The mirror showed me standing still, but my reflection wasn't packing. It was smiling. That night, the room showed me things, memories I hadn't thought about in years, embarrassing moments, failures, thoughts I never said aloud. The walls whispered them back to me, softly, lovingly. "You're safe here," they murmured. "No one else listens like we do." I covered my ears. The sound came from inside my head. At 2:43 a.m., the walls began to move. Slowly, inches at a time, not closing in, leaning, as if trying to see me better. The mirror spoke. "You look better when you stay still." My reflection stepped forward, out of the mirror. The glass rippled like water as it emerged. It stood inches from me, perfectly me, but its eyes were hollow. "This room needs someone," it said, "and you need to be needed." I don't remember how long I screamed. I don't remember collapsing. I only remember waking up on the floor. Morning light through the window. The room was normal, silent, still. I ran. I never returned. Months later, curiosity got the better of me. I searched online, old listings, old complaints. I found one post, "Room available, very quiet, ideal for lonely tenants." The comments were disabled, but one review remained. "It listens too well," posted from my account. At 2:43 a.m., I live in a new place now, different city, different room, but every night at 2:43 a.m., I wake up, and for a moment, I feel like the walls are leaning in, listening, waiting for me to look back.